Hey there, Dr. Chris Cooper here with Cascade Chiropractic Wellness. Today we're going to talk about my car accident story, part 3. In part 1 and 2, we talk a little bit about the accident, how it started treatment, things like that, some of the symptoms, how hard it was in the beginning. Something I want to talk about now, though, is the progression of treatment. Sometimes it feels like this is going nowhere. This is going absolutely nowhere. When you are in an injury, I'm going to draw a fun little graph. So, very scientific. On the y-axis, we'll represent how good you feel. On the x-axis, we are going to represent time. That's a clock, by the way. And let's have an imaginary threshold. This threshold will be where you feel pain. Anything above it, you feel good. Anything below it, you feel pain. So, what commonly happens is in an injury, it starts to do this. You see the roller coaster effect. This is super common. You have ups and downs. You know, this might be today, and this might be tomorrow. This might be right now, and this might be 4 hours from now. This might be this week, and this might be next week. It doesn't really matter. The point is I'm trying to get across is things go up and down. What you're looking for, though, is this general trend upwards. And notice here, I had a day over here where I didn't have any pain at all. But the next day I did. What went wrong? What happened? That's just the normal progression of physical healing. So as long as your general trend is moving in this upward fashion, that is what we want. And I got to tell you, people, that is exactly what happened to me. That is exactly what happened to me. As I was healing, I would have excellent days and horrible days. I'd have excellent weekends and horrible weekends. I'd have excellent hours and horrible hours. And so I just had to keep on reminding myself, this is what happens, this is what I see all the time. As long as we're making forward progress, as long as we're hitting our goals, as long as I'm making big changes, then we're doing the right things. So at the end of treatment, we got to a point where I was feeling good for a week and a half at a time. I wasn't having any headaches anymore. I wasn't having any pain or stiffness when I was moving my head anymore. Our car was long since fixed, which is fantastic. Alex was feeling a lot better too. We ended up closing care. And that was it. That was it. And so the insurance paid for 100% of our care, which was fantastic. I didn't have to pay anything out of pocket, which was amazing. One interesting thing that I didn't know would happen is, as a chiropractor, a healthcare provider, when we bill your insurance, we get back an explanation of benefits. It's called an EOB, an explanation of benefits. This details like what we billed and how much they chose to pay us. Sometimes it doesn't equal the same. Sometimes they don't pay us the 100% of what we ask for. And that happens. That's just the healthcare world. But what I didn't know is they also send those EOBs to the patient. So as a patient, I was getting these EOBs in the mail, and I'd open them up and be like, what the heck? I can't believe they're sending it. Since I knew what I was looking at, I was like, oh, that's very interesting. But as someone who doesn't bill healthcare all the time, you might open these things and be like, what is going on? These are crazy numbers. Why does it look like this? What is happening? If you ever have any questions, we will for sure sit down with you and go over an EOB or whatever. But it was reassuring to know that I didn't have to worry about it as long as it was getting taken care of. It wasn't a big deal. But that was it. That's my story. It doesn't seem like much, but I wanted you to know that chiropractors go through this too. And as long as you keep on your treatment plan, you keep on the schedule your chiropractor sets for you, you will get to the point where you live above that pain zone. And I haven't had a headache in a long time. And that's a nice place to live. So good luck to all of you who have been in a car accident before. If you know someone who's been in a car accident and they're struggling with this, share this story with them. Go check out the blog post below and subscribe and follow us for more updates. In the meantime, I want you to stay healthy. Dr. Cooper signing off.